Hey, what's up, everyone? This is your man Jay. Thanks for tuning in. Man, that seemed really big. What's going on here? No. Yeah, that works. I was like, yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Art Department. What do we do in the Art Department? We do art. We talk about art, whether it's writing or drawing or painting or whatever. And we talk about the projects that we're working on. And sometimes we work on those projects as we're on the stream. So welcome to another episode. One thing I have been doing is I have been promoting myself very well. Let's hit up the comments in the chat, and then I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll get started. Cranberry Langers. What's up, dude? Always nice to see you, man. Been seeing your drawing videos. Keep at it. You're doing a good job. Just don't give up, man. All right. So this is my That's my my website, mightybotstudio.com. Is where you see all the links. It's actually just takes you to my link tree, but all the links to order your copy of BEARZERKER. You can read the ash can of BEARZERKER for free on Webtoons, which I think I'm going to start using Webtoons more because I've been working on stuff and I kind of I've been showing it, but there's no place to put it because the stuff's not done. So maybe once a week I'll let me like work on a page, and maybe I'll do BEARZERKER on the Webtoons and post a page a week. And then once I get all my stuff set, then I'll do it. Then I'll make a issue once I get enough pages, and maybe we'll just do that. And you guys can kind of see the progress, and that lets me stay active and post stuff because there's stuff I want to do and stuff I want to get out to you guys so people can see it, but it's not done yet. So I think that might be that might be a good idea. There's another one too. I can't. That's not coming to mind. That's also good, like Webtoons. But yeah. So we're gonna do that. So this is mightybotstudio.com. That's where you get to see my Twitter. There's no Facebook. My Twitter, my Instagram, the YouTube channel. Order yourself a copy of BEARZERKER. It's $8 plus shipping. The thumbnail itself is sideways, because the book is so the book is horizontal format, but the cover is vertical. So when you put it in your bag and board, it's standing up straight. So when you go through your long boxes or your short boxes, you can see what book it is. So don't let that scare you. It's fine. It's supposed to be that way. I think I'm going to do a horizontal cover for that in the future. So I would recommend getting this. And the nice thing about this print on demand from Mix'em is that they do worldwide. So you can order from Mix'em and your shipping isn't going to kill you. It's not going to break the bank. It's not going to, it's going to be way cheaper than me sending you a copy. And then even if we scroll down here, you could even preview the book too, which is really neat. So you have an interactive book preview here, which is really neat, that you can check out 5 pages of the book. It's only about 12 to 15 pages. So just keep that in mind. It's a prologue to the main thing. Let's see here. What's Cranberry say? What about ribbon dancing? I'm drawing the line at ribbon dancing. No ribbon dancing allowed. Yes, I have. So just keep at it, man. Try and break down stuff into shapes more and draw lightly instead of trying to draw directly what you're trying to draw. Break stuff down in the shapes and then kind of put the pieces together. And I think it'll help you in the long run. Think of everything as like a cartoon. You know, if you've ever seen those how to draw cartoon books, draw Bugs Bunny, draw Mickey Mouse, you draw a circle and then another circle and then stuff like that. Break shapes down like that. It'll make stuff easier for you. And it's actually more fun. Yeah, Webtoons would yeah, I have an account there now, which is cool. So like, so anybody can go check out BEARZERKER on that for free. All that links are down in the below in description too. But if you can't remember the links, or you just want, mightybotstudio.com has all the information that you need. Global Comics, I think that might be one, but I might have to look into that because I don't know if that's like Webtoons or if you actually buy comics from there. I'm not too sure. So I was doing this thing with I got a circle light and I got this camera and I keep like moving stuff around. I could just change the camera angle. So we're going to be doing that today and it's going to be super easy. And we're going to have decent light. So yeah, mightybotstudio.com. Make sure you guys go check that out here. Now let's get on to, I'm working on another little project for Wilbur Domo, and this is kind of the first one that I'm doing. It's Wilbur Domo and his character Meathead that he's doing a book with Jason Krager. Awesome book. Can't wait till it comes out. And just think of like I had an analogy for it, and it was so badass, and then I forgot what it was. It's like, oh man, it's like Soldier, like the movie Soldier with Kurt Russell. If he was put in Vietnam and then never deactivated, and he stayed there for decades, just like killing the enemy. And then eventually, he wore like Master Chief armor, and eventually the Master Chief armor got taken over or became part of the jungle, and the jungle just started growing on Master Chief's armor. That's gonna be like what Meathead is, and it's a pretty neat concept. Let's see. Oh no, we don't want to do that. I was about to leave you guys, dude. I'm clicking the wrong stuff over here. There we go. All right. Let's see. I see that. I get better results for breaking down by shape. Yeah, and it's more fun. It's much more fun. So that's book 2's cover. No, that's so that's the second edition cover is what you were looking at. And then the big one that I'm doing is going to be, again, the second edition cover, but I'm going to do a horizontal one, I'm thinking. So people aren't confused, are not confused. Yeah, it seems really cool. He shared some pages with us. I've seen some stuff, and he got some real heavy hitters doing some awesome art on it. Jason Krager isn't one to sneeze at. His stuff is really good. So it's awesome. So I'm going to work on that page for him. And usually when I draw a character for the first time, it doesn't come out too well. Let's see. I got to move some stuff around here. So I kind of was getting into this on topic lists and really enjoying it, but I still want to do another one. This one's coming out pretty good, but I want to do a JBot. I think one of them has to be a JBot one, and I'll do a smaller one. So, and I think that'll be cool. But let's change the camera here real quick. Burp. There we go. All right. So this is Meathead. This is Joe, aka Meathead. And so I'll be working on that tonight. But first, man, we're gonna put some music on. And that's the idea. We're gonna throw some music on. I finally got my whatchamacallit to work here. Where is it at? Give me some stuff. Where are you? Not this one. Where is? They give me all the albums except the one I'm looking for. I finally got my Amazon working. Because it turns out I've been paying for Amazon for music too. And we haven't even been using it. So now I can play music without ads. Ooh, we're gonna move some stuff around here real quick. So I'm going to share this thing here. We don't need that, and we don't need. We might leave that reference. Our reference. We might keep that open. And that is that. Where's my setup at? There we go. I'm not an ash can person, but I backed it. Don't disappoint me. Oh, Jim Cox. You backed it or did you buy it? Because there's no backing. You just buy it. I mean, for BEARZERKER, this is going to be Meathead is going to be a full comic if I'm not mistaken. We're going to listen to some fucking Dropkick Murphys, some old school Dropkick Murphys. Buy it. Cool. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks. You might be my first customer that bought it from Print on Demand. I'm curious too. Let me know how the shipping goes and stuff like that because I'm still experimenting with that. Yeah, just let me know, man. If you got it from the link that I just sent. Let's close this. We don't need that anymore. From Mixim. Cool, cool, cool. I mean, they're the guys that did my books, and my books came out great. So that's why I trust them with the print on demand. It's not like I'm getting some other doo-doo bird stuff going on. So awesome, man. I appreciate you getting that, man. And let me know how you like it. So yeah. Congrats, Jim. You're the first print on demand customer for BEARZERKER. So fuck yeah, dude. I'm gonna play some Dropkick Murphys. Oh no. Where is it? Hold on. Oh, there it is. Let's turn that down a bit. Yeah, we're gonna listen to some old school Dropkick Murphys. Dude, if it's crap. If it's crap. We got a homie in the back. We're gonna bring him on. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I think this is it. There we go.
What up?
Will, what's up, dude?
I figured, you're drawing my character, and because I'm a shameless self-promoter, I got to come on,
There you go, of course. Well, I started drawing your character so you would come on.
What up?
I said I was drawing your character so you would come on, so I could guilt you.
Oh, so you're luring me on. Okay, so what do you want to guilt me about?
Yeah, I was in the van with the candy.
Oh, well, I mean, you're not my therapist, but if you want to get into such things that I'm susceptible to as a child, and that includes white vans, we can get into that if you like.
I think it's the wrong type of show for that, dude.
What up, Cranberry Langers? How you doing, buddy?
Cranberry. Always nice to see Cranberry. He's been drawing lately himself too.
So, I thought you were lonely on here because hockey, it was with the missus or driving around that wasteland he lives in.
Yeah, just like Mad Max.
Getting thrown a gulag for saying the wrong thing.
Right. That's why he's leaving. He's like, they can't catch me if I don't have a home.
Mm-hmm. Like pretty much they have to go to the wasteland and they have to hang out with humongous, to have any kind of freedom.
We'll have to call them using didgeridoos and shit.
Well, I mean, if you look at that country, pretty much everybody lives on the coast, and the habitation centers haven't changed for 5,000 years.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's Australia's always had that western coastline occupied, and the rest of it's who wants to fucking live there?
Okay. I'm working on this.
Well, also, Cranberry Langers, he has 19 kids, so.
Yeah.
Anyhow, last night we were on Talkvickless with Jason Bascom on his channel, and I started guilting J-Bot about drawing something for Meathead, and he just started spitting fire, so, it just came ex nihilo.
It's one of those things that if I have to do something, the more I have to do something, the less I want to do it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that's I'm feeling it, man. Let me do it. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're going playing music. If you could play piano and people are there telling you, play jingle bells, they're constantly, you know what I mean? And not that I'm saying that you were bothering me or harassing me, but it's one of those things that, because you were not, but it's one of those things that when you get it and you feel it, you're I'm going to jump on it.
I've actually been on the phone with Jason Krager, who's my artist, and we've been, riffing on something. He goes, I have to leave now. I'm inspired.
Yeah.
And he basically hangs up on you so he can go draw.
That's good, though. That's good.
I just always have a Word file open on my computer, and whenever something comes to me, I just come and dump it in a, just essentially a garbage bin of ideas that I'll organize later.
Yeah. Yeah, just get it out. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, line by line, just a bunch of notes. And if I look at them right now, I can't really make heads or tails of it, but just cool little one-line notes. So I'll go through it when I'm doing book 3 and go, oh, well, that's cool. I'll take that out, and there's a good part I can use.
Yeah, there you
go. Like for example, there's one note here. It says discovers Aleister Crowley. What up, K-pop?
What's up? You just were streaming, K-pop.
How you doing, young lady?
I just was watching you stream like 2 seconds ago. She's everywhere.
Yeah, she is. I see her in all the streams.
Yeah, it's awesome though. It's awesome. She's promoting a lot of creators and stuff, man. She's out there doing the the good work that us creatives need out there,
Well, Miss K-pop, you're gonna have a nice spiffy deluxe preview ash can of Meathead to show off on your streams. Granted, you're gracious enough to buy it from me. If we can figure out if we can get the paper I want to use for it.
Okay.
Because we want to do like a foil cover, but like a brushed gunmetal cover.
Ah, okay.
And Frege is doing the ash can cover for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is Krager doing the supplemental or doing the ash can art too, or is it gonna be somebody else?
The ash can art is the first completed 12 pages of the book.
Preview. Okay. Fuck yeah.
It's a preview book. So, and then I'll throw some extras in there, but I wanted to make it a real collector's item.
I should have thought about that. That's half the work, man. What the fuck? What the hell am I doing?
Right, like that's. But what's cool about the first 12 pages of the book is that it is kind of a self-contained little episode within the story. So you're not just like reading 6 pages and you're like, okay, there was a guy got punched and nothing happened.
Yeah. You gotta give him it's a warm up.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was doing this, but in the first 12 pages of Meathead, you get introduced to all the characters, you get the plot, you get the conflict, and a lot of action and gore. So I'm like, oh wow, this actually really works for a preview book. And the idea around the ash can is, like I said, to make it a true collector's item. It's going to be that Frege cover. You can only get it in the ash can, and
that's a cool
idea. It's going to be numbered.
Yeah,
and I think we're going to make maybe 100 or 200 of them, and it's going to be a similar thing that Joe Sonatog did, where he was just doing it by direct message.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, just like me.
Yeah, and then if for God willing, if we sell out of them, we'll do like a second printing and make it like an olive gunmetal, like brush metal.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, just number them ahead of time.
Yeah,
I was numbering all mine as they came along, and like some of the numbers I got a little bit confused, so I had to like go back to my book, and because I was writing them, everybody like number 1, my dad, number 2, my mom, you know what I mean? I was writing them as I started putting them out there. But then some people were like, hey, I'm gonna send number 69 to Dan Plagle. I think that's just fucking hilarious.
I'm gonna send you number 1 because you gave me yours.
Oh well, I'd appreciate that. That'd be great, man. That'd be cool. I'd be honored.
And we were thinking about making like as like a goof, make like a gold one, like they did in the 90s, and like raffle it off on the stream.
That'd be cool, man.
Just a one of a kind one.
Yeah.
But
do a gold one and see if do a gold one, and if you have like the inside cover blank, maybe Frege can do a little doodle in there.
I think that would be cool. I would love him to do that. That would make it really, maybe have a couple pages where Krager does a sketch, Frege does a sketch. And it's a really nice, cool item.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Wilson Arts, welcome, sir.
Rob, what's up, dude? Always nice to see you, man. Yeah, we're all gushing over K-pop. She's great. I'm gonna be on there the 3rd of December.
I'm sorry to say, Miss K-pop, I've never seen your show. I'm sorry. I just come in and hang out with my friends, and then I go back to being dad and caregiver.
Yes. But yeah, it's always nice to have in the background. She talks to anybody and everybody, which is cool because you got a wide array of of creators and stuff.
Well, I'm going to be pimping when we drop that ash can, so I'll be everywhere. I'll be, like crabs.
I'll be everywhere. Everywhere you can't go. I'll be sitting on the toilet. I'll be sitting on the toilet seat.
That'll be me, and you keep me forever like luggage.
It just be, I know K-pop popped in. I knew that Jay Ryan was gonna soon follow. Hey Jay Ryan, how you doing? Always nice to see you, my dude.
What up, Art and Time, Jay Ryan?
Yeah, he's another nice chill streamer, another
And you
artist.
mentioned the supplemental. What we're doing also. I'm not sure if I was clear about this in the other stream we were doing, but the book is going to be the first book is going to be 67 pages, but then I'm doing a supplemental book that's going to have stories from my favorite people, artists and writers. So the first one's going to be by Rini and Ali, which is like 7 pages.
Okay. Yeah.
The next one is going to be by Inkspot and Jason Bascom are doing another one.
Dude, that's going to be sick.
Then the next one is Phil Diaz. I mean, he's still thinking about his, but I'm going to make him do it anyways.
Mm.
And I'm trying to see if I can track down this artist to do it. He's a friend of ours. He just hasn't been around in a bit, but he's sick. Can't mention who it is yet. And then I wanted to get Lucifer Storm, Ed Gein.
Oh, is that the guy who's working on that?
Yeah, and he did Lady Satan. He's a friend of our channel. And he's going to write one, and then I think Christian Rossi is going to do that one.
Okay.
So it's going to be a substantial book. It's going to be like 40 pages of story. And that one's going to be called Scars. And the theme of that book is Joe's been in Vietnam on autopilot for 10 years since the war ended. And there's a lot of stories. And the idea is how he got his various injuries.
Okay.
So I just pretty much say, as long as it's canon, you guys can do whatever you want. It could be a psychological injury. It could be a physical injury.
Mm-hmm.
It could be any time in that period. The one that Rini and Ali are doing are how he got his helmet.
Oh, nice.
So, and what's cool about the one Rini's doing is she's not doing her fiendish style.
Yeah. You were mentioning that, so I'm curious to see that. I'm actually excited to see what that's going to look like.
And she's relieved when I told her that because she wants to do something. She loves her artwork, but she's known for fiendish, and she doesn't get to do anything other than her fiendish kind of anime style. And so I said, no, I want to see your savage style.
Yeah. Maybe a little loose,
Mm-hmm.
A little loose, a little dirty.
And then the back of that, there's going to be like a Visions, quote unquote, section, which is going to have this piece in it. It'll have Nick Patera's piece in it, and all my favorite artists, my friends. Hockey's going to be in there. Death Metal Hero Luke will be in there, and whoever else I can get a hold of to do stuff in there.
Yeah, awesome.
So it'll be a substantial package. It's not going to be bullshit. Plus, the Rob Willis cover on the main book.
It's gonna be awesome. Awesome.
Have I shown you guys the colored version of that?
I think so. I think we've seen that's the one with the bodies in the trees, right?
Yeah, and that was colored by Tanya Wicker, who did Terror in the Trenches, I believe. No, Monster MD.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't know if you've shown it on a stream. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. So I know I've seen it, but I don't know if you shared it publicly.
Why not? Let's have a look-see. I mean, it doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah.
So everybody watching, this is the colored cover to Meathead Book 1 by Mr. Rob Willis.
Let's do, where are you at? No, this one.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, very cool.
There you go, Cranberry Lingers.
And just like this is one this is one that's going to be sick to hold in your hands.
Yeah,
I think this isn't doing it like this. It looks cool, like this is great, but I can imagine, when you get that and you hold it in your hands, and then you get to look at everything. I think you're going to find a bunch of stuff in the back that you're not going to notice looking at it on the screen.
Yeah, and when you guys see the interiors, like Krager's stuff for this, it is. There's a very few situations where somebody does absolutely 100% of what you would hoping it would be, and this is one of those cases where like getting every page is like Christmas.
too.
You know, like
he's a madman.
and
He's a madman.
yeah. So I know we're used to seeing Rob Willis covers sometimes on, you know, substandard product, but
Mm.
this is one of those cases where everything around this book is high quality because I'm a stickler for that. I'm not going to give you guys shit art.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
because I was not reared that way.
Yeah, I
So
don't think, and even looking at it too, I mean, the guy, look how many leaves the guy drew that they make the skull in the trees.
mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, the guy, a madman. He's a madman with detail. And when you hold
and the
this thing,
scalps and the
yeah,
scalps on his thighs.
when you hold this thing and look at it, you're gonna really be able to appreciate it.
Oh yeah, man. And I own this, by the way. This is mine.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
So I have the original in this, and again, he's doing right now those 12 pages. It'll give everybody who, because unfortunately, JBot, there's a lack of faith now in crowdfunding for good reason.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been burned. A lot of promises are made. I'm affiliated with a project that is notoriously late, you know.
Mhm.
But I'm not going to crowdfund this book until the art is done, and I'm paying for this book myself. So when it goes up for campaign, I think maybe in the middle of the next year, it's going to be nearly done.
Mhm.
If anything, it'll just be money to finish the coloring and the lettering, you know, for Marco to get to do the lettering and the coloring. So you'll have a near completed product by the time we shill it to you. So when you get the ash can, though, it'll be a nice thing to hold in your hand, and it's a proof of concept because you're going to see the art.
Yeah.
And go, oh wow, like this is worth getting.
Yeah, I think you guys are going to knock it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm shilling the art, but the story is damn good too. I've got a lot of faith in it. I've worked very hard on it. I think it's going to resonate, and it's going to be something unique and stands out from the pack in the indie scene.
And it's hearing Jason talk about it too. You know, hearing Krager talk about it is like, you could tell how excited he is on it. That you're like, oh, it's got to be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, you know, it's like, it's not like just some guy who's going through the motions to it. Like, he believes in the project. Sounds like he's having a blast on it. From what I've seen, he's doing excellent work. Like when the writer and the artist are real stoked about the project and stuff, you know, it's going to be good. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and also you got JBot. You know this better than anybody, being an artist, that you want to do original material because if you're going to dedicate a year to drawing a book, you want it to be yours. And so to get somebody else to believe in your vision, to dedicate, 60 pages, which is no slouch for most people.
Mm-hmm.
They got to resonate with it. You got to sell it to them. And thank God he latched onto this one and felt that he could, for lack of a better word, kick the shit out of this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to answer Cranberry Lingers, he says, is he just a personification of the trauma of the war? Then no. Trauma is a major theme, but it's childhood trauma mostly. And the war is just sort of the forum for which this plays out. Joe, and I've said this on many streams, Joe is the name of the main character, was part of a Phoenix program type of thing where they were essentially creating a pack of terror troops called the Meatheads for Vietnam. And they were applying technologies that they're going to use later on to mind control people to create Terminators out of men, essentially, and unleash them on the Vietnamese population. And what happened with Joe and his unit is they were all wiped out, and he's the last of this group. And before his commanding officer was killed, he issued him his final orders, which was to kill them all. And because of Joe's programming, he can't stand down from that duty. So he's been in Vietnam from 1967 all the way up till the 1980s as this sort of mythical monster in the Vietnamese jungle. And so he's just trapped in a nightmare. He can't stop, even though he's exhausted, beat up, scarred. He can't stop until his officer relieves him. But the problem is his officer's dead. So how the hell is he going to be relieved?
Uh-huh.
But that's going to happen though.
That's
so
sick.
You just have to read the story that he does get relieved by his commanding officer, even though he's dead. So, and it's a nice twist on how that happens. And so the first book is the 1980s, and then at the end of that book, we start book 2 with everything about Joe's childhood, how he got to Vietnam, how he was selected for this program, how the villain came to be, all the trauma experience as a young Indian boy, Native American boy that was orphaned by childhood trauma. I don't want to, like I said, I keep using that word. I just don't want to be specific about what happened to him.
And you gotta read to find out. Woo!
Yeah, but it is an epic. If you want to know what I'm going for, essentially I wrote this thing as though Oliver Stone had directed it as a movie. If Oliver Stone wanted to do something fantastical. So JFK, Platoon, what else was a big influence? JFK is a big influence. Platoon is a big influence. Born on the 4th of July is a massive influence on this.
Okay.
Deer Hunter, Manchurian Candidate, some David Lynch. The dreamy aspects of David Lynch. I'm trying to give you guys a bunch of different ones that maybe were. I was just going down my filmography the other day of all the movies that if I were to tell you how to get in the headspace for this project, what to watch, and those are probably it.
Any Rambo in there?
Yeah, Rambo. I'd say Rambo's a big one. I'd say the
First Blood probably.
First Blood, but the fact that he was the Troutman relationship with Rambo, that is a major part of Meathead. That sort of father-son dynamic between the commanding officer and the thing he made. Except in Rambo, Troutman is much more of a father figure. In this one, we call him the Colonel, is like a maniacal, abusive father. A terrible human being. A downright evil person that made Joe. Because if you love this guy, why would you issue him such an order, right? Before you die. So, so this will be the cover, and we're thinking we're just going to do one cover to make it clean, and it's just a Rob Willis cover, and you'll only be able to get it in our Indiegogo campaign. So if we do other campaigns, there's no Rob Willis cover. You only get a Rob Willis cover if you back the Indiegogo one.
Oh, nice.
So just to kind of be exclusive, right?
Yeah.
And I'll never reprint that cover. Even though I'd want to, it'll never get reprinted.
That's the way to do it, man. I think that's doing something exclusive, but also makes it fun too. And then even people won't mind buying, depending on the price point, they won't mind buying multiple copies with different covers as long as they're all like really good. People will be like, "Oh yeah, man."
I will make a promise that you will get the maximum value for what we charge from this story and the production. Who's my favorite enemy in the book? I mean, the main enemy, who we've called the Yan Wang, who's the sort of Lord of all Asia, of Vice of all Asia in the book. He's the nemesis character, the match for Joe, kind of the yin and yang of him. And I have a design of him. Do you mind if I show it?
Sure, man. Whatever you want to do. I'm getting into this drawing, so.
I'm sorry, I'm like hijacking your stream, but
no, it's good, man. I'm working on this Viet Cong face right now. I'm like,
so this is Yan Wang, who is, if in Vietnamese or Chinese mythology, is like a satanic figure. So here he is. He's the main bad guy, and that is him. And he's got a costume sort of befitting the image he wants to portray, which is, like I said, a satanic. He thinks he's Satan. They put it for lack of a better word.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler. He's another meathead that survived the war. So that's why he's sort of a match for Joe, and why he's so terrifying, because he's another, GI, another government issued monster gone rogue.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing armor, but he's got a claw that is electrified.
Okay.
That he can but that was part of the meathead gear from the war. So the meatheads as a unit during the war had high tech '60s gear, if that makes sense. It was high tech for the '60s.
Mm-hmm.
So they were designed to look like bestial things for terror reasons, but they were functional. The closest I would say the design concept I had that I gave to Krager, if anybody's familiar with the Metal Gear Solid series, was the skulls from Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of, they're like these supernatural monstrous things, but they're tech.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of thing, straddling supernatural and tech.
Okay. Yeah.
Because yeah. Further installment, there will be 3 books, Cranberry Langers. The story is 3 books. Again, Joe's been there for 10 years, and I promised Jason Krager, because Jason wanted to do like a hardcore Bill Sienkiewicz kind of art, and he went a little too far with it. So I said, look, if this is successful, we'll do a one-shot, and you could do crazy-ass Electro Assassin artwork for that. You can have carte blanche. I'll pay for it, and you can have carte blanche.
Nice.
So I gave him that promise that if Meathead is successful, we'll do a one-shot, and he can do whatever he wants on my dime. If you guys are familiar with the Electro Assassin sort of look, that kind of painted, crazy, super
like splatters
surreal
and the
stuff that Bill Sienkiewicz does.
Yeah, and then like the lines going across and like splatter, and but very like shiny, like some.
Yeah, that is
very
cool.
cool.
Kind of like what Jason Bascom does a little bit. Except Jason is much more like off the chain. The way he does things. I'm an unabashed Jason Bascom fan.
I think we all are.
You know who he is? He's the what is his name? I always say this to him. He's the Ralph Stegman of indie comics.
Okay.
He should be drawing the illustrated version of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, or Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail.
Mm.
That's what I would expect to see from him. And so and then there's, in the Meathead unit, there was 3 classes of Meatheads, because when they were engineering them, quote unquote, they created them like a football team or like a pack of animals. So there's rhinos, which are the big roided up guys, and they're wearing this big chunky armor with a giant horn. And the problem with the Meatheads, that they're such bloodthirsty creatures that when they expend their ammo, they just want to run into the enemy and splatter them.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally run into them, because they're in like a bloodlust, like a blood haze. So these rhinos have a big horn, and their armor will lock up, and they can literally just run into them like the rhino from Spider-Man, and splatter them all over their armor.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a scene in the first book where one of the characters is telling a story about encountering this Meathead unit in the Idrang Valley, which is a famous battle of Vietnam, where the first air cavalry lands. It's actually depicted in the film We Were Soldiers with Mel Gibson.
Okay.
And it's like the first proof of concept of the helicopter-borne infantry, where they're landing, disgorging troops and munitions, taking off, creating a perimeter, and then constantly bringing in troops to reinforce what's on the ground. And I have this scene in there where the Vietnamese character of the story, hasn't been talked about a lot, but he's like the other main character, is telling like a campfire story about the time he saw them, and they're in the middle of surrounding these first air cav troops in this vicious battle, and then out of the sky they drop down these 2 rhinos and just fire grenade launchers and M60s everywhere, and then when they're out of bullets, they just lock their heads and just run into like the entire unit of NVA, just splatter them all over their armor.
Wow.
and it turns into like a counterattack. And this character who's telling the story talks about how he was the only one who survived, and he went to the CP to report that the entire battalion had been wiped out, and then 2 more meatheads followed him underground, who are the what they call the lone wolves, the ones that are like the quarterbacks, and wreak havoc and kill everybody and electrocute him with those claws and scalp him, break his jaw, and he's already been burned from napalm, and leave him for dead. And so when we see him in the story, he's got, a keloided head, a milky eye, like an off-kilter jaw, and he's got a sort of a destiny with Joe because they met in the war like that. Joe was the one who did that to him.
Mm.
Is the main character a good guy? In war, I'd say good guy is very subjective, Cranberry Lingers.
It sounds like he's like a force of nature, almost.
You're going to have to make your own decision on that one when you read the first book, because there's a lot in there that's going to challenge your perception of him. But I'll say this: he can't do anything counter to his programming. He's not really in control of his faculties. He's there to kill the enemy. Now, does he go off and like kill kids for fun? No. That's not what he's there to do. But will he do what he has to do to get his mission done, which is to annihilate the enemy? Yes. During the war, did the meatheads commit atrocities? Yes. And there's a scene in there that is sort of like a My Lai massacre replay that the meatheads perpetrated. So, and there's also like there's a thick sort of 60s patina to this whole thing, that age of imperialism after the war, right? The weird things we don't know about that were happening, the MK Ultra stuff, the Tavistock stuff, New World Order stuff. That's all in there. So a lot of this also, the big theme of this thing is salvation too. And there's been actually, I'll show you this because this is not really in the first book, but we've actually shown this before. This cover that Krager did. And if we do a Fund My Comic or a Kickstarter or whatever, we'll probably do them. We'll probably not do the book. We're going to break them up into 6 floppies.
Okay.
And have 6 covers and sell them as a set. And I think that'd be much more novel for like another campaign, instead of buying another book.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a lot more.
Yeah, now you have floppies, another item.
Right, and you have the floppies and you have the graphic novel of 1 of 3, and then eventually, if you want to have them all collapse into one, we'll sell that. And you have 3 different collector's items, 3 different types of collector's items. But there's this character who is in a lot of advertising, but is not in the first book really. Who is known as the Deer Woman. And the Deer Woman is a character that's been haunting Joe's tribe, his line of men, and has been causing calamity to his family line. And this goes back to his childhood and how he becomes screwed up. Is that this creature seems to appear when calamity falls upon him or his family via a woman. So his father and his grandfather came to grief because of an outsider woman that his father married, a blonde white woman, non-Indian woman, non-Native American woman. She caused him to lose his family. And then he meets another woman who's another blonde. I call them the 3 blondes, who gets him in trouble and he ends up in prison. And that sends him into the Meathead program. And then the 3rd blonde, who's one of our main characters, who we meet in the first book, who's a CIA liaison, she's the 3rd blonde. And is she going to be Joe's salvation? You have to read the book.
Nice.
So there's all that. Hopefully it sounds like a spicy meatball for you guys.
It does. Sounds great. And it's great because you're so excited to talk about it. It's like listening to myself start talking about like Berserker or the other stories that I have planned, and then I
which
get
is a
into it.
fantastic book.
I start talking everything. I start telling everything, which I'll pick it up
Well, I'm
again.
starting to fall.
I was talking earlier. I think I might do webtoons, and I might do Berserker on webtoons and like do a page a week, and then once I get enough
Yeah,
pages, release it as a book.
and then the
Because
other one
sitting
you're
on
doing
these ideas is killing me.
the Mother Effer book.
Yeah, yeah, that one too. So I'm probably gonna work on them both.
Did you
You know,
watch the
do-
Joe Benitez one we did?
I think I got to go back and watch that one.
He kind of he was lamenting kind of what you were saying, where he had made like a New Year's resolution to do one IP a year,
Hmm.
and he never got around to it because he got stuck on Lady Mechanica, and he's been doing Lady Mechanica for what, 6 years, 7 years.
Oh wow, okay.
And he's just been doing those Kickstarters, and I mean they're popular books, so why deviate from what works? But he's got a lot he wants to do, but he's in his 60s, getting old, he's getting on in years.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
There's
long.
another guy who's probably going to do another pinup in the book too, is Joe Benitez,
Awesome.
because he's a good friend of Jason Krager's. I mean, look at that, look at what J-Bot is doing, and that's kind of the gratifying thing, is being able to see people I love and respect and whose art I'm a huge fan of draw my character. It's like it makes you want to cry. It's a wonderful thing. It's like Christmas every time somebody does it.
Yeah, it is. It
Um,
is pretty cool seeing somebody else's take on your creation, and they're like, "Well, what if I?" And it's like, I had Jason draw Berserker for me. We did an art trade, and uh, and then Joe Campanato, who did Star Circuit, I was watching one of his streams, and he was like picking characters to draw, and I said, "Hey, do Berserker."
did
And
he
he's
do
like,
it?
"Okay," and well, he grabbed like almost like you guys do with the wheel. Like he did a random thing, and it was like three, and Berserker won. So I got a Berserker piece from him too. And he's like, "Well, how do I?" was like, "Dude, however you want to draw it. That's the fun part. I don't want to know. I just want to see how you do it."
Yeah, you want to see what those eyes produce.
Yeah. I don't want to know. I'm not gonna I want to be like, "Oh, yeah, he has a shoulder pad and this, that." But I mean, otherwise than that, it's not like oh, you have to draw them like this, you have to draw them like, no, I want to see how your interpretation of it.
And that's exciting. That's the
Yeah.
exciting thing. Like, what's the point of hiring anybody if you're just gonna, force, force your perception on them? You
Yeah.
want to kind of get that lens.
Yep. You don't want to
Um,
micromanage. There's a reason you ask them to do it. You know what I mean? There's a
yeah,
reason you want these guys to do it, because you want to see how they're doing it. So I'm doing this one, but I have another little idea that I'm probably gonna do smaller, and it's gonna be a J-bot piece.
yeah. Okay, like in the more of the, as I call it, the Steamboat Willie style.
Yeah, a J-bot cartoon is what it's gonna be.
Cool. I'd love to see that.
So I'm like, cool, man. Like, because I was thinking about it today. I'm like, what else can I like that? But that piece is coming out good. But it's like, what's something that I can do that's J-Bot. Like, I know who, like a Scotty Young. Like, I know that's fucking Scotty Young. You know what I mean? And so I was
Hmm.
like, oh, so I got an idea for that, and I think that'll be fun.
And that's why I asked Rob to do that cover. I know it's cliche to have a Rob Willis cover, but I've known Rob for 5 years. I mean, he's a friend of mine. He's
Mm.
not like just like a guy I hit up to do work. I mean, he's like my friend. We've known each other for a long time. He's like the first person I met, like the third person I met in this thing, through Frega, because him and Frega are very tight too.
Mm.
And from the beginning, I'm like, every time I do a book, it's going to be Rob Willis cover, but he blew up to be Rob Willis, doing everybody's covers. But I know Rob, and nobody really hits him up to do what he's good at, which is stuff like he did for Meathead, which is like Savage, Red Tooth, and Claw. That's what Rob Willis is good at.
Mm.
He's always doing superhero stuff, and he looks great doing it. But if you really want to see Rob excel, give him something savage.
Nice. We fix this. All right. I guess I should maybe so the guys can see this better. Maybe we can do
Oh
that.
yeah, please make me small. Make me how I see myself, very small. Um, and same thing with Jason Bascom and Ink Spots, right? Like, I know whatever they produce for that supplemental is going to be like blockbuster material. It's going to be. I mean, have you guys seen Frog G? Have you seen that book?
Do I own Frog G?
Yeah, Frog G is fucking amazing.
It is, dude. It's an indie book. Like when you see, if anybody, what's an indie book? I would show them Frog G. Like you see how like weird but cool, and like you have this sloppy art, expressive style, but then you have this really like tight color painted style on top. Like, you know what I mean? It's like this is an indie book, man. Like if someone says, "What's an indie book?" Frog G's an indie book.
And him and ink are like, peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah.
And ink I've always loved because one, I just think he's a funny son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, he is.
Like I remember when we had that Fragtober. I wish you were around when we were doing those Fragtobers. It would have been great to have you on there.
I was always in the chat is where I was.
Well, I wish I knew you. Put it that way.
So I was there, and there were good times, dude. It was so fun. Even though you were just in the chat, and then you still felt part of it. It was really good.
Yeah, and that's what Frago is good at. He's good at engagement.
Yeah, that's why he's one of the guys that he means very well. He's respected. You just get a good vibe off the guy, and it's like, I don't know.
I'll say this about Frega.
It takes 10 years for Black Flag. I don't fucking care because it's Frega.
Frega has no guile. Put it that way.
Yeah.
He has no guile. Frega's kind of incapable of lying. And if he's inaccurate on something, it's because he truly is inaccurate. He's not lying.
Mm.
And I've known him for 29 years. And I've never seen him say an unkind word about anybody. Even people who've done him dirty, he still has a hard time talking badly about. He's just not in his nature to be nasty, to be a nasty person.
Mm-hmm.
But in that Fragtober was funny because I don't know if you remember, but it was the one where the audience was voting and Ink Spots kept like winning by like 1% and getting like barely making it. He got all the way to the end. He was nearly voted out, but he kept just eking by and he got to the end.
Oh wow.
And
was that the last one or was that a year before?
That was the last really good one we did. Before Frega had a series of illnesses that prevented him really from doing that stuff. But he did that one, the Night Slimer, where we were doing the theme was a Nightcrawler, and I think 6 a.m. was on that one, and the theme was Nightcrawler, and he did Nightcrawler like howling at the moon, but he was like fingering himself.
Oh god!
And it was like green, excretions coming out from between his legs.
Oh Jesus!
I'm like, I love this guy. This guy's hilarious. Like I said, the Night Slimer.
Wow.
But Frega topped him. He did Clayface, but he did.
Oh, is that what he did? Like the poop?
Yeah, where like there's a big giant asshole with a hemorrhoid on it on the top of the frame, and he's holding up a corn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that one. Okay.
Hey, Cranberry Langers, you have a good night. Thanks for listening to my pitch. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy it when it drops.
Always nice to see you, man.
Come subscribe for Comic's Sake with me and Jason Krager on Monday nights.
Yeah, you gotta follow these guys. They do an awesome show, and it's not bullshit, man.
We have people like J-Bot on.
Yeah, it's not people just having a good talk and having a good time and shit. There's no bullshit involved, man.
Are you gonna have him going ooh and dropping his cigarette out of his mouth?
He's gonna be hanging out.
Oh, you got a cigarette in his mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. We'd love to have you in the chat, Cranberry Langers. That is cool. That he's like, whoop. No.
Yeah, I got to get ahead and say, all right, let me get this head out of the way so I could keep noodling with him because I just keep adding stuff like netting and shit like that to Joe here, and I'm like, all right, I'm having fun tinkering with Joe, and just kind of like I don't know what I'm. There's no real plan to it, so I'm just letting it happen.
Do you like the zippy tone?
You know what? I've never messed around with it. I love the idea, and I think I would love to mess around with it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
because I need all the help I can get, man. If I can do zipatones and make stuff look cool, like
there he is, the Grandmaster himself.
Jason, what's up?
Prager's not here.
Santa Claus is here.
Did you hear me totally kissing your ass a minute ago?
That. No, I didn't.
Oh, I was going on a length about you.
Well, we know he didn't see it.
I didn't hear it either. I just left my comment and left.
I just said, Frog G is genius. Have you seen that book?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything but the colors. I mean, it can use a little work, but
dude, I'd love to do a piece and have ink color it for me.
You should get a good colorist to do it.
Well, all I could afford is ink spots.
That's cheap labor, I guess.
He'll take it in the mouth for a candy bar.
That's right, he will. If he knows what's good for him. No, thanks, Will. Yeah, it's a good book. A lot of fun.
I was telling him how you're going to be in the supplemental book, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.
Did you ask Ink already?
Yeah, he said yes.
Oh, I can't do it now.
Oh, fuck you.
Me and Ink don't work well together. Is that the case?
If he's doing it, I'm not doing it.
Ink's going to be there. I'm not going.
I don't want no part of that.
Don't you want money?
Money! I guess money's good. Money's good sometimes.
Nice. It helps out.
It can help.
Bitcoin's even better, which I'm very happy about.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Bitcoin's awesome. I'm happy.
Okay, well, good. I don't have any Bitcoin.
I doubled my investment.
That's good, man. People were explaining it to me, and I was too dumb to understand what the hell they were talking about.
Not too late.
They're like, it's this, and then I'm like, you mean it's not like real? I'm like, but yeah, it is, but it's all like digital. I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
energy.
Yeah.
It's like I don't have two nickels to rub together, so I can't get Bitcoin.
Put it in Bitcoin. Get 2 nickels of Bitcoin.
Put 2 nickels in Bitcoin. How much does it cost? A bit.
A bit. Just a little bit.
A little bit. A bit. We're pay for a
bit. You mean it's not even like 32 bits or 64 bit? What the fuck, man? It's not even 8-bit.
Gotta be at least 8-bit. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
You're trying to sell me Atari graphics? We can't do that shit.
Long up in here. Go old school.
What are you working on right now, Mr. Bascom?
I'm working on standing up.
Standing up, and then he's probably gonna rip one. No,
I took care of that earlier. No, I was on with Peter Palmiotti earlier, but I'm working on Frog G2.
Are you crop dusting? Is that what you were doing just now? Walking back and forth?
No. I took care of that earlier.
So we could do that.
The demons have left the building.
How they love to make the beast.
Yeah. I'm working on Frog G2, page 8.
Let's see how I can do this.
Been working on it all week, actually, because it's been slow moving. I got to get a tighter schedule going.
Tighter.
Ha! That's a vagina joke.
I don't like that.
What are you working on, Will? Huh?
Me? I've been working all day.
So nothing.
I've been working all day.
Actually, I got a lot done. My board is almost cleared. My whiteboard is almost cleared.
Yeah, but that's not right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is in the night for me.
Did I say, oh, well, I went to my job and shipped out boxes? No, I just said what I'm doing right now.
What the fuck are you doing filling boxes for, Jason?
Getting ready for the holidays.
Yeah.
They called me in the office about 2 o'clock. They said I was fired because they caught me on tape stealing boxes.
Stealing them boxes.
What you trying to do? What you doing stealing boxes for? Trying to build a clubhouse?
If I could see what I drew, I have to get my phone out and magnify it.
Where are you at, J-Bot? Are you on the east or west or which coast are you on?
I'm on the East Coast.
Oh, you're like Jersey?
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And is it already ramping up for your store?
Yeah, man. We're It's really ramping up for trades, man. People have been bringing me tons of shit to sell me, which is cool, but it's been really expensive lately.
Is it
And
case
it's
by
great.
case?
Yeah. So like, I mean, I had a guy come in just like yesterday, brought me a shit ton of TurboGrafx stuff that like I never see.
Sweet.
And I'm like, holy
Like a
shit! But
system
I mean,
too?
yeah, actually a Turbo Duo. So it's the Japanese
handheld.
version. It was the Japanese version that has the CD built in.
So what do you get for TurboGrafx?
I haven't even looked it up, man. I haven't had a Turbo Duo in the store in probably about 5 years.
Wow.
Oh,
But
wait,
I
so he
know
left
it's
it
like,
with you, and then you got to give him a price?
yeah, because I
Okay.
have he dropped it off with me because I had three other lots ahead of him, and I have to take care of them as they come in.
Right.
And so people have been just bringing me totes. Like, here's a tote of so here's 2064 games, 2 PS2s, 50 PS2 games, and then 75 PSP games. Here you go. And I'm
Is
just
it
like,
consignment or you buy it from them?
I buy it from them.
Okay, so
But
that's basically your stock.
Yes. But I have to go through and look up the prices for everything. You know what I mean?
And do you
then
use that
give them a
program? What's it
total.
called? The price matching, whatever it's called. The one you know I'm talking about, the app.
Yeah. Price charting and then stuff that's sold on eBay is usually what I use.
Okay.
For the pricing, but like when you give me 75 loose games, like loose PSP games, there's no box, so I can't scan the barcode. So I have to type in Need for Speed, Jack and Daxter. Like I gotta type them in and then write down the price. I gotta look up each thing and test all the consoles, and then I can that lets me come up with a price for the lot. And then I buy that at a certain percentage to be like cash. And I'm like, okay, I'm buying. This is how much your lot is worth X. Buy it at this percentage. This is how much cash you get from me. You know, and I tell them up front. This is I buy stuff at like this certain percentage of what I buy it for. So if you want more, if you had a different percentage in mind, this is what this percentage that I buy stuff at. And I'm pretty flexible. You know what I mean? I don't mind going up to
you can't buy it at cost because you got to make money.
Yeah. And I got to store it and I got to clean it. You know what I mean? So it's like people bring me discs, right? And or like say a bunch of PS2 games. We got their dusty. So when we sell games, man, I take I clean the discs with a microfiber cloth and like alcohol, like cleaning alcohol. We clean the cases and then we put them together and then we put them in bags and we seal them in bags and we put the price on it. So the price is on the actual like.
That's a significant amount of labor.
Yeah. So it's like, but when you get a game like from us, it's nice, it's clean, it doesn't smell like cigarettes.
Yeah,
and I guarantee
you like 10 minutes per game to do all that.
Well, maybe like 2 minutes, depending how bad it is, But sometimes they're
but
if they have labels, I remove the fucking labels. So all those GameStop shitty yellow labels, all that shit comes off. I remove all. So when you get a game from us,
a lot of the goo gone.
Yeah, when you get a game from us, man, it's like you just went and bought it. We try to make it. We try to make them look nice and smell nice, and we try to make them clean. We don't want to give people shit with bugs in it and stuff. So, but it takes me time to do all that stuff, And when they bring me a big lot, it's like so. That's why I buy it at a certain percentage because all the work I have to do to get it presentable to sell it to people, and then it might sit on the shelf for 6 months.
Yeah,
I don't know. So, but so people may bring me, dude. Yesterday I had 6 lots of games. I'm down to like 2 right now. So
how many employees?
Go through like 4 of them yesterday.
How many employees?
Right now, I think there's me, my partner, and we have 3 guys working for us.
Okay, so you have enough guys to spare to go just do lots all day.
We do, but at the same time, it's like depending how we do that week, it kind of determines what the schedule is going to be,
Oh, okay.
So because it kind of goes on a week-to-week basis, and we have slow times. And now it's our busy time. So not only are these people bringing me lots, but we've been saving stuff through the whole year for Black Friday. So let's say if somebody brings me, let's just say like any cool game, like a Zelda game, right? I take a trade and there's a Zelda game in there, and it's the only Zelda game that I have in the store. That one gets put in the back. And then I get another one. I put that one out on the floor, out in the store to sell. And I do that with really popular and rare games. And then when Black Friday comes, all that stuff that we saved, all the Game Boys and PlayStations and PSPs and Dreamcasts and Saturns and stuff that we've saved throughout the years and collect throughout the year. We have to price it, clean it, and get it all ready, and we put all that stuff out on Black Friday. And then then we're usually good till like freaking February. I don't have to worry about putting out shit, you know. But on top of doing the
you guys got a line on Black Friday?
You know what? Every year the line gets bigger and bigger, which is nice. I mean, we had like 8 people, you know, which was kind of like, oh, okay, cool, you know. But but it's all prepping for this stuff. So I'm taking boxes of games home to get them cleaned, bagged, and priced to take them back to the store the next day. So then when Wednesday comes, because we close Wednesday, that's when we put everything out. We rearrange the store and we fill all the shelves up with all the games and stuff.
Do you guys have a glass case for the rare stuff and the more grail stuff?
Yeah, we got a couple glass cases and stuff that we can, you know, some of them are mounted on the walls that lock, and then we have some by us.
You got any grails that are going to go out on Friday?
Oh man, I'm trying to think. I had, you know, in those lots I had 1 or 2, but we threw them on eBay because we needed the money.
Okay,
to pay for these
cover all that money you're laying out.
Yeah. So I had let's say I had on GameCube. There's a game called Gotcha Force that's really rare. That sold for $300. We got for PlayStation 2. We got Rule of Rose in yesterday, which is another about $400 game. And we put it on eBay last night, and then it sold this morning. So we were able to recoup for the cost of 4 of the lots 5 of the lots that we bought. Well, we have 4 of the lots because some of them were tiny, but we were able to recoup some of that cost.
One game can pay for a chunk of that stuff.
Yeah. And then today, one of the lots that this guy had, he brought me like 15 import GameCube games from Japan, and I guess he's like, yeah, man, you know, I'm a mover, and I was helping these people move, and they didn't want this crate, and they were just leaving it behind, this box. So I just took it. There was 30 regular GameCube games in there, a 64, a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, and then 15 GameCube, import GameCube games, and a Nintendo.
Are import GameCube games hot too?
Not really, unless you can, because they are region locked.
Oh,
and they are in Japanese, you know what I mean? So unless you have one that plays or a modded one, but honestly, they're just cool because the packaging is so different.
Yeah, that's a different level of collector, right? So.
Yeah, they have the art's cooler, you know, they have all the cool Japanese wording on it. It's maybe, man, I'm trying to think what to compare it to. It's they grabbed the package, the Game Boy player that came out on GameCube. They use the Japanese package for it. That's how all the GameCube boxes, they're clear. They have the manual inside with the little disc, and then they have a cool slipcover that goes over it with the art on it.
Yeah, the Saturn games were always really cool. I really liked the Japanese Saturn, the gold.
Yeah.
Always much nicer.
Even the ones that were in the box, when they come with the fighting ones that came with the 4 megabyte.
Yeah. Did you cartridge? Do that trick? The little trick, the swapping trick with the little cart that allowed you to mod the Saturn.
Yeah, and so yeah, man. But it's dude, it's been, not only do I have to get stuff ready for Black Friday, everybody's bringing me stuff like that. That's just holy shit. I got another lot that's all import Super Famicom games. And I'm just what shit, man? It's a $6,000 lot. That's how much this shit's worth. And I'm just fuck, dude. It's cool, but goddamn, just bring me some damn Mario games, dude.
What up, Hockey? He's on the shitter. He's just saying hi.
He's on the loo. I'm on the loo.
I figured he'd be on the treadmill.
Don't be a grub, Hockey. Quit being a grub. So yeah,
what I wanted to add, if you guys remember Pawn Stars, you know, every single time, right? Every time some guy would come in or some lady, and they would put the item up, and they would bring in their appraiser, and he'd go, okay, so usually you see these at auction, and it's going to get you about $6,000. And they go, okay, thank you. And he walks out, and she goes, so what do you want for it? $6,000.
Yeah.
It's no, idiot. I'm not. That's how much I would have to sell it for. What do you want for it?
Mm-hmm.
Every time, every single time.
Right? Yeah, it's every time.
Yeah, it's like, no, idiot. Do you understand that if I sell it for $6,000, I don't make any money?
Yeah.
Those are the people who do that. Also, they don't understand how retail works and resaleability and all that. Like, they don't collect things. You know what I mean? Like, when you collect stuff, like, I know I can go buy a comic for $20, but I know I can't sell that same comic for $20 to a comic shop.
No.
So, like, I know that because I collect things. But these people don't collect anything; they just live life, and that's not.
And you got to find a buyer for it too. These
You
are
got to
niche
find a
things.
buyer
Exactly.
for it. Yeah,
that's what these guys bring me. Like the guy who brought the GameCube lot and the mover guy, he had no idea what he had, you know. And so it's like you brought all this stuff, and it's good stuff, but also some of it's niche stuff, and you're kind of just want to get rid of it. So we gave him a price. And then, my partner was, my partner's a great guy. Where I started working for him. We became partners. We're friends, and he's a great guy. And so he's like, listen, man, like he told him the price on the phone, and he's like, okay. And he's like, just so you know, like it's actually probably worth like, twice that. I'm not a little bit more, a little less than twice that. So let's say like
you can find a buyer.
Yeah, if the lot, let's just say, for instance, the lot, if it was worth $1,000 and we were paying them like $400, you know what I mean, or whatever, and those like, because we buy stuff at a certain percentage, so just to make things easy, up for the math. And he's like, well, why don't you do? He's like, oh, okay. Well, the thing is that, like, so my partner, let's just say he told him, let's just say, for example, the $400. Yeah, you got $400 coming. Oh, cool, man. When can I pick it up? He's like, you can pick it up. You can pick it up today, but I just want to let you know what you have is worth like $1,200.
Right. You're
and
being
when
transparent.
He comes, he's like, okay, yeah. Can I get like 800? Or like, can I do 850? And so, my partner's like, no, I'm gonna like. He's like, well, no, because they have to sit on the shelves, and I'm not making enough money on that. We got to clean it. We got to price it. We got to, So he ended up paying.
He ended up paying trying to sell it.
He kind of ended up paying like 100 over what he gave him originally by telling him how much it was worth. And I get sometimes like it's the right thing to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't tell them how much it's worth unless they ask me.
Right.
So when you got people that are just like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get rid of this stuff, and I don't give them any less than what we normally do. But all right, yeah, you're getting 300 for the lot. Cool, man. When can I pick it up? Yeah, I can pick it up today. All right, cool, man. Let's see you then. And that's it.
Yeah.
Unless they ask me, well, how much the stuff is it worth? Well, I told you we buy stuff at X amount, so this is how much it's worth. But because I gotta clean it, I gotta sit on it, I gotta price it, I gotta put it out, I gotta guarantee stuff for 7 days. The stuff can come back to me and be returned. Like, this is why.
And most people don't give a shit, J-Bot. They just want the cash, and they don't care.
Yeah. They're like, okay, I'm not going to do anything with it. You know what I mean? We've been there for 8 years. People know us. So they're like, yeah, man, somebody's going to come buy it and enjoy it. They don't mind, They don't mind. It's only the weird stuff that I put on eBay, or like if it's like ridiculously expensive. So like that Rule of Rose game would probably sit in the store for like 6 months.
Yeah. I had a van in my driveway that my ex left here, just some Hulk. And I know if I took it apart and I took out the catalytic converter, I could probably make way more. But I didn't give a shit. I'm like, get this thing off my damn driveway.
Yeah.
Come pick it up. And they give, like, I went to one of those services where they give you like a flat fee to like take it away.
Mm-hmm.
They just pay you like, a couple $100 if you don't have the title. And I was like, fine, just get the fucking thing out of here. At least I get some money out of it,
Right.
Yeah, Hockey's not going to the gym today. He's going camping instead. Thanks for giving us your plans, Hockey.
And same thing with you, J-Bot. It's like most of these people are like, cool, I found some games. Great, I made some money. I don't care if if I went all niche on it, I could make more. I'm not interested. I just want some cash.
Do you know how long it would take you to sell 40 freaking GameCube games on eBay?
Forever.
Like, do you know how long and the time you would have to spend to try and sell those freaking games, even take the 12 Japanese games. So today I had some guys come in, and one of the guys that comes in, he's a Nintendo 64 collector, but he has this real neat band that's I guess it's a music style called Nintendo Core.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like music about video games, but it's not, but it's like almost like hardcore, like almost kind of like emo screamo type stuff. But imagine like that with like Mega Man melodies and rhythms. some of it's pretty good. And so he came in today, and he brought some of his bandmates, and he wanted to put a flyer because they're playing a show in the area on Saturday. And so I'm talking to him and his friends, and I was like, by the way, are you guys interested in any GameCube import stuff? And they're like, well, what do you got? Because again, this is stuff that would sit in the store forever. So we're gonna put it online. I pull out the stack, and so there's there's Fantasy Star Online, there's Wario in there, there's Biohazard, which is Resident Evil, you got Beautiful Joe, like they're all like Animal Crossing, like they're all cool titles for the GameCube. They're just Japanese, but they're like in their cool little cases and stuff. I made $200 off those games today. just by asking.
Beautiful Joe worth a lot?
I don't know about the American one, but the Japanese one's maybe like $20.
Okay.
So I just happened to ask these guys, hey, you guys interested in any GameCube imports? And then boom, each of them bought like 2, and I was like, all right, there's an extra $200 I made today. Awesome.
What about Xbox games? Is there any real rarities there?
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Probably, I'm trying to think if Fight for New York and Vendetta, the Def Jam games came out on it.
Really?
I'm trying to think if they did. Def Jam Fight for New York is a rare game, and just in general, because they're never going to make it again because of all the rights they probably would have to do to make it, and it's not to download anywhere. So unless you emulate it, the only way to play it is physical copy. I think Scarface might be worth one. Original Xbox, not off the top of my head, because it doesn't come in as much as like PS2 stuff comes in.
Right.
And I'm not as invested as, say, like Dreamcast or Saturn stuff, because that's the stuff that I enjoy.
Because the Dreamcast was the shit.
Yeah, that's the one thing I can never sell. I actually have a guy coming over Saturday to come look at my collection, because I said I'm gonna sell a big chunk of it.
And, nobody likes Dreamcast?
I love Dreamcast.
Yeah, Dreamcast was dope.
Yeah, but you just said like nobody buys it.
No, I said that's the I mean, like, it's the one thing I won't sell in terms of like my collection, my personal collection. I will never sell my Dreamcast stuff.
That would be funny, because we were talking about that the other night, all of us, when you were there too. With that, you were saying that, I don't know who was saying it, maybe it was Luke, that Microsoft is thinking about quitting the hardware business.
I don't think they will, because it's too much of a market for them. There's a lot of people like myself that don't want to get computers.
And they're not hurting. I mean, they've got a strong hold.
No.
And they had to do a lot of fighting. I remember when the Xbox came out, man, that thing was holding on by its fingernails, remember?
It was.
It didn't have anything, just Halo for like 3 years, remember?
Yeah, Halo, and then Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden were the ones that built that platform. And then Splinter Cell came out, and that was an exclusive.
Yep. It took a minute, man. It was really holding on. Like Halo was selling a lot of systems.
But it's such a well-made console, man. Like, the way it's made itself, the fucking thing's a tank, man.
It's just ugly.
Yeah, it's like 15 pounds. Like this, it's an American console. It's a big, bulky fucking, you know what I mean? Take no bullshit. USA is the best fucking console, man.
I don't think anything was, in terms of like insane scarcity, like the PS2. Remember that?
Yeah.
Back in the day, like how insane it was to get a PS2.
Yeah, I remember I was looking for one forever. I got one pretty relatively quick, to be honest. It wasn't like the PS5. But yeah, my PS2 shit out on me. I got 2 of them. I got back to back when the laser stopped working. And so that's when I bought an Xbox. And I've been an Xbox guy ever since, just because, I got an account and all that shit. And
to show you what period I got my gamer tag was GW Boosh.
Oh, wow.
So it kind of tells you what period I was playing the Xbox Live. What happened to Jason? Where'd he go?
Oh, no. He's like, you guys are nerds. I'm leaving. But I mean, to Microsoft's credit, though, nobody was really doing online stuff. You know, they really pioneered it and really made it. I mean, besides Dreamcast was the first, but to refine it the way Xbox did, you know, was really cool. You know, they did a really good job with their Xbox Live. They really dove into it, and you don't need a fucking memory card, which was neat. You know, that's that hard drive on that Xbox. You could store tons of shit on it. My brother was putting all his
Japanese. It was just an ugly system.
My brother was
putting all his bulky controller.
Yeah, they came up with the second one, which is nice. But I got a soft spot for the Duke. How big that thing was.
I mean, again, I was one of the people who bought it to play Halo.
Yeah, that was a fun game, man, too. Especially when like, oh, you get to play like together. Fuck yeah, man! Like, and then they did the online stuff, and then they did Halo 2, and we all lost our minds and shit.
Yeah, Halo 2 was the big one. That I remember getting that in film school, like walking down the street after we were shooting and getting in the line at midnight after a long night to get Halo 2.
Midnight launches were the shit, dude.
They still do them?
They don't. That's the sad part. They were the shit. Now you just download it.
I did the Xbox launch, I did a PS2 launch, and I did a Dreamcast launch.
Yeah, I still have my Dreamcast. Actually, my brother's Dreamcast. He bought it on the launch day.
So did I. Yep. I got it all paid off and everything. I remember that one. Man, I thought that was a novel concept, the Dreamcast memory cards.
Yeah, man. If you want something like, if people are like, oh man, Dreamcast 2. If you want something that's like a Dreamcast 2, it's the Xbox. Because Sega helped Microsoft develop the Xbox, and then their games like Gun Valkyrie and Jet Set Radio Future, and what else was there? There's another one.
Yeah, Jet Set Radio, I forgot, was on the Xbox.
Yeah, it was going to be on the Dreamcast. But and Shenmue 2, like they were the games they were working on for later in the Dreamcast's life cycle. They put them on the Xbox.
And I remember when the Dreamcast discontinued, it was kind of sudden.
Yeah, man. I remember talking to a guy at FuncoLand, you know, because they weren't. It wasn't GameStop. GameStop wasn't around in my area then. It was FuncoLand or Electronic Boutique. They weren't even called EB Games. They were called Electronic Boutique. And the guy was telling me, they're like, listen, they want us to put all the PlayStation stuff in the front and all the Dreamcast stuff in the back. And
like it was already, the writing was on the wall.
Yes, before they announced it. They're like, we don't know why, but the regional managers want us to do that. And and so, you know, they were kind of like upset. They're like, dude, we love the Dreamcast. Like, what the fuck? Like, they always had like Marvel vs. Capcom hooked up at the front of the store and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, if you were a Capcom fan, it was like having a Capcom system.
Yeah, that's how it was like the Saturn. The Saturn was the same way, man. The Sega Saturn has tons of Capcom stuff on it.
Because in late life, man, they were starting to get the Alpha games. They were getting Street Fighter 3.
Yeah.
They were getting all kinds of cool ass shit later in its lifespan, like all those 2D games. They never got Rival Schools. I think that would have been really cool to get Rival Schools.
Yeah, they got Rival Schools too.
Yep.
On Dreamcast, yeah, it's the only thing it's released on.
In America?
Yeah.
I had I also had one of my favorite ones was the Puzzle Collection. You know, which was a Super Puzzle Fighter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Super Puzzle Fighter was great, man.
Yeah, that was a fun one. They even did the fighting one later, the Pocket Fighter.
I had Pocket Fighter.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Where Dan was like overpowered.
And they all would like do jobs when they were doing combos. They would like change as like Chun-Li would like change into like Jill Valentine and like other wear a kimono while she's doing her combos and shit.
Yeah, those are cool, man. They had a real personality. Those games.
It's like peak Capcom for me. Like that era of like when they were doing like Street Fighter Alpha and Darkstalkers and like Puzzle Fighter and like all that stuff. Like that's like for me is like peak Capcom.
Yep.
Like they were.
I had Darkstalkers for the Sega Saturn, the import.
Yeah.
You know, Jetta's Damnation. Remember that one?
Yeah, I think I got one of them. I'm trying to think which one it is. I think Vampire Savior. I got the Japanese.
I had that one.
I had
Cyberbots.
Cyberbots is one I need to get, man, because they came with like a comic. Like if the Japanese one, if you got it complete, it's like a box like this.
Yes, I had it.
Yeah, it's like a big box like that.
Jason
so cool.
came back. Are you calling it a night, J-Bot?
Probably not for another 30 minutes.
Okay, because you jumped off of your desk, though.
Oh no. I mean, I was talking to you and I was doing like this, and I felt like you just were like talking to my hands.
Oh well, I don't mind. I mean, I love talking to Luke's hands. I talk to Luke's hands. I talk to Flying Feline's hands. So I've got a real hand thing.
I was gonna show my vampire savior, my Saturn stuff.
Oh yeah, show it.
Will likes to get handsy.
Yeah, very handsy. And you know that J-Bot is a professional gamer because he's got the 2 flat screens and the shit box to play the old games on. You know, the good old, tube TV.
That's what the older consoles are good for.
And then back there, I don't know what that is. I think he has a coffee maker back there. A couple comics, a little art book. I
don't know if you can see this far. I don't think you can see this far. You can't see that far.
No, I'm trying to read what's on there.
Dreamcast. Oh, you can't see that either.
No, the angle's too low.
Yeah, I got a box Japanese Dreamcast up there.
Oh, there it is. Oh
yeah.
Man, dude, I remember.
That's my Japanese Dreamcast. That is Tatsunoko versus Capcom, the fight
Wii.
stick that came out for Wii. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's my Monster Hunter Switch right there.
And you're in a special position to get that stuff. So.
Well, that's stuff I had before I even was working at the game store.
No.
I collect way less now because I see games all the time.
Yeah, I want to make money.
Yeah, if I want to play something, I'll just bring it home and tinker with it for a bit. Then I just take it back. It's
your product.
Yeah, I don't collect that much anymore because I don't have time to play as much as I would like to. And if I do, I'm gonna play stuff I want to play. So this is my so here's my Vampire Saber. My brother sent me these. He lives in Japan.
Does he?
Yeah.
I had that one. I think that one did come with the cart, didn't it?
Yeah, the cart's in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. Is it clear? It's a clear one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, I'm having flashbacks to like popping that shit out.
I think I want to start doing game streams and start playing this stuff on streams on this channel. And again,
I love the gold logo of the Sega Saturn.
Here's my Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter.
Yep, I had that too. Fantastic. And did you get
with the cart?
Yeah, Marvel. Do you have a X-Men versus Street Fighter too?
I do, but the one I have doesn't come with the cart.
Okay.
But it works fine.
God, man. I mean, I remember that was like a big deal back in the day because we all wanted that Arcade Perfect. Now it doesn't matter. It's like an archaic term now, Arcade Perfect.
Yeah.
But back in the day, that was an important distinction between the systems.
So this one is called, what's this one called? The Game's Paradise.
Never seen that one.
This is a shooter, like a shoot 'em up.
Uh-huh.
So like you pick different ships from the manufacturer, the Jalico, the developer's game stuff. There's a VHS in here. There's a VHS in here of like I don't know what it the making of or something.
Do you remember that SquareSoft game Einhander?
I have it.
I love that game.
Yeah, see, it's a VHS.
It's just like okay. See, the Japanese were always doing like interesting, quirky like extras.
Yeah, I think they interview the voice actors and stuff. It's about it's the arcade and the games come to life or something like that. Somebody takes over the game, so then you jump into different games and you're doing shooting stages in the different games and stuff. Real cool, real quirky, but it's very cute.
Oh, good lord! Oof. Starting to catch up to me.
So yeah, I want to do.
I get up at 4 a.m.
I want to start
to bed at 4 a.m.
This stuff.
I'm getting up when you're going to bed.
Yep.
Because I'm insane.
And I stay up to 4 in the morning because I'm insane.
Were you up with Billy till 4 in the morning?
Billy's usually dips out by 3 my time.
Are you in the steak pit with him?
Yeah, I'm in the pit. I mean, not right now. I'm on here.
No, and when you're at, I mean, do you guys usually hang out in there?
Yeah, that's usually where we hang out.
Is it still active?
Yeah.
For us, it is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of people go in there.
Yeah, Hockey, me, and Ink are usually the regulars.
Yeah, and then Dan Plagle, and then I'll pop in too, and Billy.
Sometimes, yeah, Plagle's feeling up for it.
Yeah,
he's not doing so well right now.
Yeah, I know. He's been in and out.
That sucks, man. Poor guy.
Oh no. No. Oh. Oh.
But yeah, I think I got a sweet CRT TV too that I have my 64 hooked up to.
Mm-hmm, I see it. I told him when you were gone the ship box. You got to have the ship box.
Yeah. Dude, it's one of those flat screen ones, man. Picture looked great on it. My daughter loves it. She calls it a baby TV.
It's funny how those are like now becoming like collector's items for this very reason.
Yeah. They look the best. Like that old stuff looks the best on it, especially if you like 64. Because 64 looks rough on modern TVs.
Because those they went to the recycling center and they would pull out all the platinum and the gold that were in them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, recycle, strip them down. All right.
Yeah, well, if you can find one with a VHS, that's a gold. Whoa, you're looking at $50 to $100 for it now.
Well, gentlemen, I think I'm going to go to bed.
Sounds good, man.
It's 8:30, which means it's very late for me.
Let's update you with the progress of. Well, it's probably easier if I just hold it up like this, though.
Yeah, I mean, look at that, Jason. Isn't that cool?
1 second. Let me go over to my computer.
I like how his knife is bigger than his head, and he's like, he's just gonna skewer him with it.
Yeah. I made Joe pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Nice job.
And I like the NVA guy who's like, oh.
He's like, uh-oh. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do the shading with this because the idea is gonna be there's gonna be a moon in the background.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then it's like, so everything will be backlit, and I'm just like, I don't know how that's gonna work. So I'm just like,
fatality.
I don't know yet.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you for having me on.
Anytime, man. Thanks for hanging out, man. It was good chatting with you as always, dude.
Master Jason. All right, guys. Good night. I'll see you when I see you.
Yep.
All right.
Later, man.
Night, man.
Yeah.
Oh, quitter.
Poor guy.
Dip
He's hard working, man. Working.
Is he? Yeah, he is. Oh. Yeah, he's got a lot on his plate.
He does, man. It's nice that he still makes time to come hang out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good wind down, I think, for him.
Yeah.
Because he tends to jump on maybe like an hour or two before he's going to bed. Yeah, it would have been on when you started, but like I said, I was with Peter Palmiotti, invited me on. I was like, yeah, dude, I'll come on.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Good artist. Good inker.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of noodling and kind of making it up as I go along. It's coming out pretty good, though.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Where did you get the reference for it? Because I was.
So he sent me some pictures that Krager did.
Uh-huh.
but everything's just so like it's just all leaves and freaking a knife.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm just making it up, dude. There's no like,
Rhyme or reason.
Yeah, there's no like, and then I'm like, okay, I'll throw some like, some load bearing gear in there and maybe some kind of like an elbow pad or you know what I mean? Like I'm just winging it because there's no like really blueprint to go off of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I guess I didn't know if ink was agreeing, but yeah, so we're doing that short thing, and I'm like, well, I don't know, I need a reference. So I didn't know where you got. I'm like, I know J-Bot's drawing him, so where did he get his reference?
My brain. And like, like I said, the pictures that Krager does is just like pretty much covered in vines and shit. So I'm like, all right,
yeah,
cool.
it's very Sin City-ish, and with it being a lot of like you said, vines and trees and leaves, and hard to make out like an actual outfit of some kind.
Exactly. Yeah. If I had something to go base on, then add to it, I think it'd be easier.
Right.
Like I just gave him this shoulder pad just because I thought it was cool with like spikes on it.
Yeah, as long as
Why
Will likes
not?
it. Yeah, as long as Will likes it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be a lot of extreme blacks in this thing.
Yeah, but that's kind of the style he's going for anyway.
Yeah. I'm trying not to do too detailed in it because I don't know what I'm going to fill in yet. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, it's like I was telling Peter, I'm like, yeah, I stream. Sometimes I go live Monday night, and I do Topicless Tuesday. Wednesday's Bowler in the Beard. Sometimes I'm on here with you. I'm like, I'm usually pretty tapped out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of streaming.
Yeah, I just feel now with all the goofy shit going on too. It's like, I don't know, man. We gotta build our own shit up.
Yeah, I mean,
that's not we haven't before, but
you just keep doing this. Like you have it's a set schedule. It's Thursdays. It maybe not be every Thursday, but it's still on Thursdays. People know that. Mm-hmm. Plus, I've seen you go live, throughout the day. I'll wake up. It's like, oh, J-Bot was live. Okay.
But yeah, I think there's going to be a shift. I think people are getting sick of bullshit, and they're going to start looking for more different creators to follow. That's my gut's telling me.
I mean, like you even before we kind of, I don't know if you were doing the art department or for how long, but I think pretty much when you started, I mean, you had already a couple people that were loyal in the chat that I never even knew, Mm-hmm. So, and then we're hanging out and I share it out, bring over people that aren't usually in the chat. So it slowly builds up, and then even then people will share it out, and you get a couple strays after that, and so it's a time game.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that it is, man. Yeah. And we do have our own audience, and it'll just keep growing. Yeah, we have a audience from a previous history, but we're also getting new people, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just don't understand, like, people getting mad about certain things or wondering why people get upset. You know, you can only act shitty for so long.
Well, it's like I've always said, like look at Plago's got cancer. Like I'm going blind. Ink Spots has got his diabetes issues, plus his eyes are going. There's real problems in life.
Yes. Yeah.
That are actually need to be focused on. I'm not gonna get butthurt if somebody says something about me that I don't like on the internet. No matter what it is. Like, I mean, you might get a little like offended if it is insanely drastic or they're going after someone you care about, but it won't control your life. You got real problems in the real world. So yeah, I don't get it. There are people who make this their whole world, and so that's why they get so uptight when something doesn't go the way they want it to go. Yeah, go touch grass. Go, I don't know, go get a job slinging brick. Like, really. Yeah. Like, take something off your mind. Go to the gym. Get a hobby.
Yep. That's the thing. This is a hobby, you know what I mean? It's like we do it because we like it, not because we have to.
We do it because we like it. We do it because we want it to be.
Yeah.
Like, will it ever be a full-time job? More than likely not. But does it mean we should stop trying for that goal? No.
No.
Yeah, so. But yeah, I don't know. It's pure chaos out there, man. It's pure chaos. That's why, we do what we do, man. We draw, we hang out, we chat, talk about. You guys talk about video games. I just don't. I would join in, but I don't play video games anymore.
Yeah, sorry, we kind of took that conversation.
Dude, you guys talk. No, I just sit here and draw. You guys are good. I don't care.
Yeah, sometimes that's nice though too, because Will was like talking about his book and stuff. So I'm like, great, cool. Like I'm really focusing on this dude's face right now, so this is perfect.
It's why it's always nice to, as much as they're useless. Sometimes it is nice to have a writer on.
Yeah, Will's the exception for me.
Will is the exception.
Will is the exception to the rule.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to have a writer on. They can sit there and they like to yammer.
Plus, I don't think Phil. I mean, Will doesn't seem like full of himself. He doesn't mind like talking to other people, or I don't know.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
He's a good egg.
Yeah, he can't. Will's out there smelling his own farts and shit.
He might. I don't know. I don't hang out with him in his private life. Maybe that's why he left. You never know. I don't know. And also, it's his. I think it might be his first book that he'll have out there, so he's very excited about it, rightfully so. And it is good, because also, I can only talk about frogs so much. You can only talk about, MFMF so much.
Yeah.
It's not that it gets dull or boring. It's just like, okay, I've said this 15,000 times. People have heard it. So it's nice to have somebody on that's talking about their other thing that normally isn't here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Meathead's going to be pretty dope.
Yeah, I think so. It's a good team. He has a good premise. Like I said, like Craig is excited to work on it and talk about it too. So
oh yeah.
So it's like, oh, cool. He's into it as well. So it's not just a gig for him.
Is this that Nintendo band?
Oh, this is Dropkick Murphys.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you put on an actual copyrighted band.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't have this album, that's why I didn't know.
Yeah, this is the first one, Do or Die.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have that one. I like the Dropkick Murphys.
You gotta listen to some of their new stuff. I just listen to their old stuff. Some of it's a little bit too like, let's put the fiddle in there. I'm like, all right, guys,
well,
calm the fuck down, man.
It is also very redundant.
Yeah, that's what I found. Like, yeah, at first it was like kind of every once in a while, and then it became like every song has like a loop and shit. You're like, all right, guys.
Yeah, they're like the AC/DC of Irish music.
Yeah,
I like them a lot more than AC/DC though. Not a big AC/DC.
Yeah, me too. I've seen Dropkick Murphys a couple times.
Oh, have you? That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen them live.
I mean, they were probably like freaking 20 years ago, but
no, it's fine. And there's plenty of bands I haven't seen in decades. Sometimes I do like working digitally. I can make out what I drew. It is what I usually do, just listen to music and draw.
Yep, me too. I don't know how. Let's see how the Murphys, if they get all crazy and start removing me from countries and shit. That's the only thing I don't like.
I get especially Bowler and the Beard. It's banned. It's blocked in Russia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I know like Topicless last time I played all the copyrighted music. I don't know what songs, obviously, but I got banned in Russia or blocked in Russia and like Bolivia or something like that. You know what I mean? Bolivia. It's as long as it's not the U.S., I'm kind of okay.
All right, well, set you free. You bet your ass, Rob. Yes, sir.
Yeah, as long as it's not like the main areas, like U.S., Australia. I get a lot of views in Australia.
There you go.
But yes, the U.S. is the main one.
Yeah, it's all hockey's kids watching.
Hey, as long as they give me them watch hours, that's fine. Right? Yeah, like I said, I get blocked all the time. It is what it is, but like I said, it's only in countries obviously that have, and it sucks for that country, but it's not like I get thousands and thousands of views from it. The countries that it gets blocked from.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's mainly Russia. They don't like that. They don't like it when you play copyrighted music. And the worst thing that comes from it is if you get monetized, you just can't make ad revenue from the stream.
Yeah.
Which, if this is your main source of income, yeah, it's kind of a big deal, but...
Mm.
I know sometimes live music won't get a strike. Like the intros for my videos that I do, not just live streams, but the videos. I initially had the regular album version as the intro, and even though it's 8 seconds, they would still give me a copyright strike sometimes. Not all the time, even though it falls within the fair use time allowment, I would still get a copyright strike. So I uploaded I put in the live version, and I haven't had one instance of it being copyrighted. So I don't know if it's because it's a live version of that 8 seconds, or because it's a full-on live version. I think the live versions. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the way the temp. I don't know. It just doesn't detect it for some reason. Like I said, I don't know if it's like that with all live, but yeah. So I know the good stuffs, they sometimes will play like a full-on live concert. I don't know if it gets copyright struck though. So. It's American soil, I hope for its best. For the duty I serve can't begin to compare to my ancestors' battles and wars through the years. Though the loneliness strikes like an enemy shell, I pray for my home, but still sit here in hell. Sail away to a place that's unknown, taken away from my friends and my home, to a place they call sacred, a place I call hell. I long for that corner I once knew so well. Go to the grind, it's all that I have. We're gone and on with nothing to show but a graying face in this dying face.
I wonder if hockey likes drop kick reference.
Too hard for him.
You think they're too hardcore for hockey?
Probably. Probably.
A cloudy image of a Middle East land comes down and wrecks my hopeful thoughts. Sail away to a place that's unknown, taken away from my friends and my home, to a place they call sacred, a place I call hell. I long for that corner I once knew so well. Here in the trenches, the face of the beast, for fear of an atmosphere poison disease, with a gas mask to keep me from breathing my death. It's American soil, I hope for at best. For the duty I
maybe he likes pirate. He likes pirates. Oh, it's Billy.
Battles and wars through the years. So the loneliness strikes like an enemy shell. I pray for my home, but still sit here in hell. Sail away to a place that's unknown, taken away from my friends and my home, to a place they call sacred, a place I call hell. I long for that corner I once knew so well. What are you using to ink that?
This is the Tombow Funosuke.
I'm using a Tombow.
Yeah, brush pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like using this is the soft one.
Yeah. I always like microns more than Tombows. I don't know why. The preference.
Whoa. Calm down, microphone.
Ink. This is gonna be ridiculous.
Face down in the gutter, won't admit defeat, though his clothes are soiled and black. He's a big, strong man with a child's mind. Don't you take his booze away. Hey! He's been at it 4 years, drinking balls and beers. He's a hero to most streets. Inside he cries like swollen eyes. This man is just no fear.
Some curls in here, man.
Pearls?
Some trying to do some Sam Keith telephone wire in this.
Little telephone cord curls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like putting those in. I don't know what they are, but I like putting them in.
Yep. I don't know what they mean, but they're fun to
I
do.
don't know what it means, but I like it.
This one still goes out to the Boston punks and skins, a rowdy bunch indeed. This one's for the Ducky Boys, all systems stop, punching in trouble, and the Showcase Showdown. This one goes out to Arthur McGilvery, Connie Gibbs, and Jimmy Morgan, ballroom heroes who are no longer with us. This goes out to one top-ass, fresh-spoken, carbon-drinking, neck-taps, you know, got all the bruises, most fish that made. The Irish bulls got a good thing, got a good coming back into the ring. The lowdown circles where he holds this start.
Oh, Huggy says, don't tell me what I like.
Too late.
Nope. We're telling you what you don't like.
Yeah, we're telling you.
What
Yeah,
you like.
yeah. We're not gonna tell you what you like. We're just gonna tell you what you don't like.
Okay.
Like Hockey doesn't like good music.
Mhm.
Checks out. I'm surprised he's still listening with the stuff that's not polka music. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Boom, 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 boom. And the young kid, I got the young kid working for me. He's like 20 years old. Something was going on, and we were listening to like YouTube music or something, and the song was playing. And you know, my buddy David's there working with me. We're at the game store, and he's like, "It sounds like polka music." And this kid Hampton's like, "Polka music? What's that?" And I thought I said poker music. We're like, "No, polka music." You know what polka music is? He's like, "No, I don't know what that is." It's like, "What do you mean? It's this." This is polka with freaking accordion and shit. And like,
Well, how old is he? He's in his 20s?
yeah, he's like 19.
Yeah, that'll explain it.
It's like, yeah, you know, like Weird Al Yankovic, you know what I mean? Something. He's like, "Who's Weird Al?" He's like, "Oh shit."
Like, have you haven't heard him on a TikTok yet?
Yeah, I just aged like 30 years just all at one time.
It is kind of shocking some of the stuff they do know, but yeah, whenever they're like it's not the most popular music genre on the planet, but polka is pretty. It's a music genre.
Yeah.
Like you would think he would know what polka, but yeah, I mean, like I said, with TikTok, it is amazing what the younger audience does know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's usually just snippets of songs, and like they don't know much of it.
Yeah.
So they don't know like a genre. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I heard this meme. Yeah, it's kind of like how it is now. Oh, I heard this meme. This is part of the meme. This is the one meme thing. It's like, what are you talking about?
I do like it when they'll ask you, like, you ever heard of this band? They're called Guns N' Roses, I think. Like,
Mhm.
It would be good. Yeah, I was alive whenever said band
I
formed.
listen to the poofer stuff you listen to. That's what Hockey says.
Hockey's a poofter.
We know what you're doing, Hockey.
Yeah, going poofters.
You're just taking the piss.
he's drinking his Foster's, man.
Mm.
Drinking that Foster's, Australian for beer.
Mm.
Josh Borland was on Rogan.
Oh yeah, I saw that he was on.
Yeah,
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it like okay, it would have been nice to hear about more of the movies, but they really didn't talk about much of his movie career. I guess the reason why he's on is because he wrote a book, and the book is pretty much about his life. Dude, that dude's crazy.
Oh yeah,
yeah, in like a good way. But he's done so much stuff, like so many. I didn't even know he was in jail and all this stuff. It's like,
holy shit.
he's like, yeah. I took LSD when I was 13. I'm like, oh. I'm like,
Wow.
like you mean Goonies guy? I'm like, okay.
Hey man, he was in Thrashing, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's like, back when I was shooting coke. I'm like, Thanos?
Yeah,
Like,
holy shit.
jeez. Like, yeah, it's a good podcast. I don't really want to call it an interview because they really just talk. But it like I said, it would have been nice for them to go more into the movie career. They kind of start touching up on like he talks about. Well, at least Rogan brings it up, but No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the show, but that's pretty much it. Like he really doesn't talk to him too much about his movie career. I guess he played George W. Bush in a movie recently or something. But
Yeah, that was years ago.
Yeah, but he talked to. It was years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, he briefly talked to him about that. But yeah, most of it was just about his life and like they talk about boxing and MMA. I tune out. Once people start talking MMA, my eyes kind of glaze over.
Yeah.
Boxing, okay. I can at least know some of the boxers.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know any of the MMA stuff now.
I don't know any of the MMA stuff. And I get it. Most of his audience does, and that's what they're into, so that's what we're going to talk about. But it's not a large portion of the conversation, so that was good. I hate it when they have on like I don't know, whatever popular actor or comedian, and then all of a sudden, the 2 hours is just about MMA or muscle cars. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care what kind of engine you have in your 1967 Chevy Nova. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
I know what any of this stuff means.
Yeah, tell some jokes, funny man. They do talk about cars for a little bit, but no, it was a good, but it was a good one though. I was never really totally bored with it. Sometimes I do get really bored with his interviews. But it did make me interested in getting the book. Him talking about what he did in life.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. I would like to know more about Rogan's comic book interest because he was a big comic book geek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he even wanted to be a comic book artist when he was younger. I would like to know more about that. He brushes up on it every now and then, but I think that's kind of interesting. It's not something like buying comics is one thing, but actually wanting to work on them is a different thing.
Yeah.
So much you had, but never realized that never gave your time.
So I'm calling the spot that either it's going to be cool or it's going to suck.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they make white out.
Mm-hmm.
There's acrylic paint. You'll be fine. You can do it.
Say hey Johnny for the battle call. United we stand, divided we fall. Together we are what we can be alone. We came to this country, we made it all. This man so humble, this man so brave. A legend to many, equal to his grave. Say family and friends from the hardship and horror in the land of oppression. He gave hope for tomorrow. Say Johnny before, this one's for you. The strength of many and the courage of a few. So what do we owe this man whose fight was for the masses? He gave his life. Say hey Johnny for the battle call. United we stand, divided we fall. Together we are what we can be alone. We came to this country, we made it all. Friends all over, no devil and crime. He gave you a job, he gave you his time. He wasn't a crook, but he couldn't be con. John knew the difference between right and wrong. Say Johnny before, you live no longer. Others forgotten, your memory stronger. Let's drink to the causes in your life. Your family, your friends, your union, your one. Say hey Johnny for the battle call. United we stand, divided we fall. Together we are what we can't be alone. We came to this country, you made it all. Say hey Johnny for the battle call. United we stand, divided we fall. Together we are what we can be alone.
Had a little springiness to it. Nice.
Oh, your nib?
Yeah, I used to manga Z nib rather than my Hunt 102, and it really sprung out the ink. It was nice.
Say hey Johnny for the battle call. United we stand, divided we fall. Together we are what we can be alone. We came to this country to get it all. Tell the story about a big old skinhead on a tragic and fateful day. He brought sentence in his pocket, kept his wife, his family, with a rod of the MTA. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unknown. Right forever beneath the streets of Boston, he's a skinhead who never returned. Skinhead goes down to the Temple Square station as he takes what you make up a lane. The conductor says, skin it out, need a neck, the skin and punches him in the parade. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unknown. He's been right forever beneath the streets of Boston, he's a skinhead who never returned. Now all night long, skinners ride through the station, thinking what can I go and see? And the fortified track in Chelsea, or a bundle in Roxbury. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unknown. He's been right forever in the streets of Boston, he's a skinhead who never returned. Skinhead's wife goes to the Scully Square station every day upon a 2:15. And through the open window she'll Skinner goodnight as the train goes rumbling through. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unknown. Streets of Boston, he's a skinhead who never returned. Now you citizens of Boston, don't you think it's a scandal how skinhead stole the train? So what if I'm a dragon skin, you fucking fuck? There's on that fucking train! Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unknown. He's been right forever beneath the streets of Boston, he's the skinhead who never returned. But did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unknown. He's been right forever beneath the streets of Boston, he's the skinhead who never returned. He's the skinhead who never returned. He's the skinhead who never returned. I said the skin never returned.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere.
You pull it off. Pull off what you wanted to pull off.
I think we're cooking with gas now.
Yeah. Pour some more gasoline on it. Those flames higher. Fire it up. Fire it up.
Come on, T-Bird.
Come on, T-Bird. Oh, this ain't good. This ain't good.
I feel like a little worm on a big fucking hook.
Your mom must be proud of you. I didn't see the remake. My friend saw it. She said it was trash.
Yeah, I wasn't even The Crow, man. It's like, okay.
When it comes to me, I'm sitting at my desk with a gun in my hand, wearing a bulletproof vest. Singing, my, have a time that's long. You know you're gonna die by the end of the night. I said, hey. I still remember when we were young and fresh then. No one gave a shit about us, cause I'm tougher than feeling so good. Cruising the hood, straight to the real world. The rich kids never understood, but I don't care. I can fade away to anywhere. Don't stop, cause you might get shot. And if you do, who's gonna pick you up? Well, I won't. Well, I won't. The old place no sorrow. When it comes to me, I'm sitting at my desk with a gun in my hand, wearing a bulletproof vest. Singing, my, have a time that's long. You know you're gonna die by the end of the night. I said, hey. When they come for me, I'll be sitting at my desk with a gun in my hand, wearing a bulletproof vest. Singing, my, have a time that's fly when you know you're gonna die by the end of the night. When they come for me, I'll be sitting at my desk with a gun in my hand, wearing a bulletproof vest. Singing, my,
Weird.
have a time that's fly when you know
The
you're gonna
opposite.
die by the end of the night. When they come for me, I'll be sitting at my desk with a gun in my hand, wearing a bulletproof vest. Singing, my, have a time that's fly when you know you're gonna die by the end of the night. I said, hey, 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 hey.
Oh, what are they playing?
What's that?
That's not wondering what they're playing over here. Oh, this is the ska cover of Boys Don't Cry.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Angela.
Hello, Angela.
I would say I'm sorry if I thought that it would change your mind.
I'm just torturing Jason with my music choices, I guess. I just blame it on Amazon.
No, what's wrong with this?
No.
I don't mind this.
I try to laugh about it, hiding the tears in my eyes, 'cause boys don't cry.
Trust me, I think it'd be more hockey the one that you'd have to worry about. It's not country, or I can do some rap, but it's not country. So.
There's some good country stuff out there, but it's more like folk music now.
I wouldn't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, more like, it's just let me take that back. It's more like blues now. Like the good country is more like blues. My buddy David's in the country, but he doesn't listen to mainstream country. Like he listens to like it's pretty much like blues is what it is. Like the Dead South and stuff like that. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
country is just fucking just washed, boring, trucking boots and hunting shit, you know?
Yeah, I like the blues.
Yeah.
It's got to have that soul to it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not bad. Now we could get into gave me everything that says do or die. I'm like, what are you doing, Amazon? I'm like, what the fuck?
The way I see it, this is your house, man. You play what you want to play. I was married to someone who loved reggaeton, so
Rigatoni. I love rigatoni.
I love rigatoni too, but I'm not a fan of reggaeton.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. You know. But then again, I'm half Latin, so. But it does sound the same. It does sound the same.
She's like, reggaeton. I'm like, oh, Pitbull. I'm like, oh.
Oh, God. I seem to be separating it and giving it depth. So I'm like, yeah, baby.
See, I don't want to make this too confusing for ink to color.
Oh, yeah.
So I gotta not do too much here.
Try to make it so I don't want him to do like too much heavy lifting, you know, but I don't want to make it so confusing that he doesn't understand what I even did with too much detail. So. Really want to finish this page tonight. I mean, I will. It's early enough. I'll be able to finish it tonight.
If I were to say, catch me outside, how about that? Would you know what I'm saying, J-Bot?
Yeah, I'd know.
Okay. Hockey didn't know that phrase.
Hockey didn't know that. Well, he's not cool like me. What are you drawing, Jay? This is a page for Will Perdomo's Meathead.
So I can show it to you guys.
Not a page, but like a cover. On a picture of Joe, and I said, cool.
Yeah.
I was expired, so I said, expired. I was inspired, not expired.
I hope you're not expired.
Yeah, no, I was expired like milk.
No.
Thank you very much. Jim LaFood tweeted my Savage Street Vigilante picture, which I'm sure he does that all the time. It just was neat.
No, that is really cool.
mean, he doesn't have to, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't. That book looks freaking nuts.
Yeah. That's pretty cool when they do that. I also picture that being water.
Make you big, boy.
Oh, I'm big.
You're big.
I don't know if you can make out
Big
with
boy.
it.
Big, big.
I'm not doing too much more because I want ink to. I gotta come in with some white though and fix some of it, but. I don't know if they'll be able to make heads or tails of what I did. They're like, what is this? I have to explain it to them. That's never good. Get him, dog.
I don't know what she's barking at. Poor Gammy's probably just getting a snack. Like, what's going on down there?
Come on, get the lid back on that.
Got so much pencil to erase on this damn thing. Not looking right. Oh, see if we can fix that. Aki, you still there, you knob? You nub?
Aki the nub. I mean, oh, he might be at work. He might have been camping. What's that?
Said he's going camping.
Oh, that's right. He's going camping. Well, he's got the caravan.
Yeah.
Good, nice little test run. Oh, what does it say? Info. Info. Defense. They're falling down. At least they haven't remade that movie. I guess kind of done movies.
I still have to watch it.
What's that?
I still have to see that one.
Oh, you haven't seen Falling? It's good, dude.
That's what I don't know if I'm the older I get, the less I feel like watching heavy stuff like that.
It's so relatable.
I bet it is now.
It is, because I mean you can relate the downward spiral that he goes on. And Michael Douglas did such a great job in that movie.
Yeah. Angela Curry. I wonder if we played country, if Jason would draw an angry or bloody frog.
No, I just leave.
And she did. He just leave angrily. I did a school project based on falling down.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean it is like you said, it is a pretty dark concept and everything about it, but like you said, you can relate to his downfall. Like you can just be like, yeah, I can see how that can happen. guess I might have covered up front. Or that. Might have put him back in. Let me see. Yeah, I did kind of cover him. I gotta put him back in. Whoops. See if I can fix it.
I gotta see where all my real lines are at, not the pencil lines. I gotta erase all this shit.
Yeah, that's one reason why I have a hard time with pencil. I really can't. I have to erase so much.
Mm.
Where are we?
Let's see. It had something to do with psychology and business. I don't remember. Well, K-pop's back. Hi, Hockey. Hi, Angela.
Hello, people. Yeah, I'm put it back in digitally. I can't find them. Right there. We ink dried.
Woo! Everybody's saying hi. Awesome. I think I'm probably gonna wrap it up. It's almost 1 o'clock over here.
What? No, it's
Oh
not.
man, I'm tired.
Is it almost 1?
Yeah. Oh, where I am.
I'm in the same time zone.
Oh yeah. 12:42, man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I am actually done. At least with the ink on this page. I might have to do some stuff digitally, but. Put that on. Oh!
Far I got. Where?
Oh yeah, nice. Look at that.
Yeah, let's make it big.
Yeah, make it big. Make it bigger.
Maybe. I didn't make it bigger at all. Let's do that then. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, it's looking dope. It's been fuego.
Oh, I bet. Coming along pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, share.
I'm gonna start streaming more regularly too. I feel like I was mentioning earlier, I feel like the way the landscape of all indie stuff is changing now, I think more people are going to start looking for regular stuff to watch that's not bullshit. So try and not be bullshit.
No, dude, if I could, I would stream like morning/afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nobody live pretty much that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you get a different crowd.
I might start doing Monday mornings because usually I have Mondays off, and after I drop the kiddo off to school, you know, usually I have a little bit of time then, so I probably can easily stream for like be a Monday morning stream, and that'll be like a second one.
I think that's a good idea because, like I said, it's a different audience.
Yeah. I think so. I think that's the way to go. And plus, we could help promote each other's stuff. I think that's the way. That's the way to do it. You know, we build our own networks and shit like that.
Oh yeah. That's what I've always been trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where can we find your stuff, Jason?
Just go there on Twitter, and you can find most stuff. Because I pretty much share everything on all the same thing on all the social media. So if you follow me on Twitter, X as the kids call it. Yeah, you can find me there. Yeah. Sign up for Frog G2.
Yeah. Sign up for Frog G2, man. You won't be disappointed. Frog G1 is awesome. Can they still get that someplace, or is they gonna have to wait till 2, the second campaign?
If you live in Menor, Ohio, or in that local area, yeah, by LCS.
There you go. Just have to drive up there and get your ass a copy.
Or if you live in Arizona, know where Ink Spots is.
Okay.
He's got copies.
Awesome. All my stuff is at MightyBotStudio.com. You can go ahead and you can read the Berserker Ash Can on Webtoon. You can order yourself a copy through Mixem. And I think what I'm going to start doing on Webtoon is I'm going to maybe do a page a week of something. So I might start actually uploading the Metal Fist Motherfucker Ash Can up there. Just because I want to post stuff. I want to have a place where people can see my stuff and not have to wait. I'm impatient, so I don't have to wait to finish a book.
Right.
To be like, here, you know what I mean? So
there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it keeps you out in the visual sphere of the internet.
Yeah, I might even do Berserker that way. I'm thinking maybe do a page a week.
Yeah.
Upload a page. You know.
Yeah, and then especially with that, let's say you get 48 pages after, a few months, you just print it.
I got a book, yeah, because it's already it is laid out like a comic book anyway. So all I'm doing is grabbing the same stuff and then just posting the pages on the Webtoon.
Yeah, so yeah, it's not a bad idea.
So, yeah, so I might start doing that. So all that stuff is at MightyBotStudio.com. Make sure you guys check it out. Like and subscribe.
tell your friends. Make sure you subscribe to Jason with his awesome streams that he does with hockey and topic lists. And then do you stream every Sunday?
Yes and no. It's like you. If we have somebody, we'll stream. I gotta hit him up, but maybe we'll have on Belmont for Pencils Down. We were gonna have Apex on, but he can't do it this Sunday. So
okay, cool.
If not, there won't be one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. I might start doing showcases on the art department too, or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, let's say if like Phil's having a book or somebody's having a book, you know, when Frog G2 launches, we can have you on here. And I mean, we'll do the same stuff. We'll talk about your book more and stuff like that. And maybe we'll draw Frog G and shit, you know, just hang out and have a good time.
Yeah, like let's say you Phil on, everybody draws like it doesn't have to be perfect. They just draw something from the lost pages, you know, or something. Like, and it doesn't need to be flawless. It can just be fun, and that's a good way to promote his book. And honestly, there's promotion streams have gone. There used to be 1 million of them. Now there's like 12 if you're lucky. So yeah.
And I think us being artists, I think we can kind of do something neat to do a doodle of something I think it's just something fun. Yeah. And you get to see everybody's take on a character. You know what I mean? Like when you launch Frog G2, let's say we get guys in here and we just hang out, and it's not serious. We just hang out, bullshit, and draw, and everybody draws Frog. You know what I mean? Frog G, and then let's see how everybody draws him. That's the fun part. You're like, all right, cool.
And even still, like if let's say you get Billy on for Goblin Girl, whatever, who cares? Even if it's just like you and Billy, like nobody ends up showing up, we're all busy. There's still 2 artists. Yeah, that are gonna be there to draw it. So yeah, it's I think doing a promotional thing is pretty cool.
And then maybe after that, we do a couple of those episodes, or maybe after doing a few of those shows, then we can always do an auction, a little art auction for that stuff too, because people have seen us draw it. They'll be more attached to it.
Or you could even sell it at the end.
Yeah, do that too. Yeah,
do a bunch of different things.
That'd be cool as shit.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. I mean, if it more money it makes, that'd be awesome. But you know, I don't mind.
And then you could donate all that money to me.
Oh yeah, here we go. Right. You gotta donate it to Ink Spot so you can get his eyes picked.
Yeah, really. Well,
you gotta some go gadget eyes and shit.
Yeah, that's the doctors keep delaying it.
Poor guy, man. Shit. It's the K-pop's down for that. I think it sounds cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Yeah, a nice little auction at the end of the episode. I think that'll be cool. You know, it might be a little bit rocky starting, but fuck it, who cares? It's not like we're spending.
Dude, even if you get 2 people watching, you know, who cares? 1 person, you know, dude, I was on a promotional stream one time, 0. There was nobody. The entire stream, 0 views.
That was last week.
That was on your show last week. No, it was a different cat, but we still had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun talking and just having a conversation. So, and there's the replays. Like every little bit helps, no matter what it is. So, yeah.
Cool, man. Cool. We'll do some neat stuff in the future.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And we're gonna do some fun shit. That's the plan. You know, I want to thank Angela and K-pop and Jim for coming by. Hockey, always a pleasure to see you. Cranberry Langers, and also Will Perdomo for hanging out with us too. And thank you, Jason, for coming on and hanging out as well, man.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm gonna say, let me stop my music because otherwise it'll overplay the intro for some reason, or the outro.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that.
I don't know why it does that either. And we're gonna play the outro and get the hell out of here. So, night, everybody.